I saw this story of U.S. Marines urinating on Taliban fighters. And of course, the biggest propaganda engine's going to be, Russia Today, of course. Well, first off, yeah, I guess anybody sees the video is going to have to say that's deplorable, right? Well, these people were stupid for filming it. It was stupid to do. Obviously, it was almost like childish. But these people were dead. It was disrespecting the dead, whatever. But, you know, it's so asinine. The only thing I can think of is that this gets on YouTube all over the place. That they got this video of them doing this. And now they're talking about all the brutal acts that the American Marines are doing against the Afghanis and stuff. And Russia Today is pumping up the propaganda left and right. It is a bunch of BS. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the wars. And it's not even in wars. If you go around almost any culture in the Middle East, despite what they say about their religions and, you can't do this and all the women have to be covered, they got brothels all over the place, It's a bunch of garbage. It's a joke, man. It's like all on the surface. You got some religious nut jobs saying stuff, and behind the scenes they probably do every damn thing worse than the average person, but they'll prosecute the crap out of somebody for doing something wrong, And I kind of put that same thing in perspective with this because there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and if you even think back, the average Russian soldier is pretty brutal. I tell you, on the average, I don't know. It varies a lot with the person. If you go back in history, what happened in World War II when they invaded Germany. I mean, that was like a mass rape going on. It killed everybody, raped all the women, pillaged and plundered, and that was the whole deal. That's all they did. That was Genghis Khan's army. And you don't hear a damn thing about that. I'm not a Nazi fan because you Jewish people probably get mad for me stating this, but I'm going to state that the average German soldier behaved 100 times better than the average Soviet soldier. But you don't see any stories about that stuff. But this stuff that they show on here is child's play. It's just so stupid that they film it and act like a bunch of kids, and then it becomes a big propaganda against the United States, and a bunch of morons jump on a bandwagon like they should destroy the United States because some U.S. Marines pissed on some dead Taliban people that were fighters. It's stupid. There's a lot of there's so much tortures and stuff going on that are vicious, and not only in wartime but in peacetime in these cultures that are in the Middle East. And you don't see it filmed anywhere. For one, they don't have the cameras. So, you got some guys out there with cameras and they think it's a big joke and they screw up. But, it's not as big a deal as these people are making it out to be. And, they're coming out with like it's completely inhumane, demanded that the U.S. military punish the Marines responsible. And now those particular Marines are definitely going to get punished way beyond even what they should be punished, because the person on the top is going to have to, they're going to have to do something about it because, they smeared the reputation. So that's what's going to happen. But, if they're doing something like, if there's a lot of things that go on where they torture both sides, or I would say more on the Afghani side, whatever the rebels, would torture prisoners or torture people that are fighting amongst each other, different tribes. You're not going to see that on YouTube anywhere, so it's out of sight, out of mind, and nobody reacts. But people in America are so stupid because, I know about the Israelis. The Israelis kind of own the United States, and, supposed to protect Israel at all costs, and no matter what they do. I disagree with that stuff. But I also put it down the other side is that most of the Arabic and Persian world in the Middle East wants to see Israel like totally gone, period, dead, all of them. And don't let them fool you about, despite what they say. So there's been a lot of fallout about this because it's a big major war crime, you know. But you got to remember, I guess you can't defend it no matter what. But what's worst? Peeing on a dead person or torturing the crap out of a live person for years? Hmm? You know? And that's why, you look at the film, it's a big propaganda effort, and that's basically what it is. So, these guys will probably get burnt to the max because they discredited the Marine Corps. And it got out on YouTube, but you got to put things in perspective. You morons that think the United States should be destroyed because some Marines did something like this, which is almost child's play compared to what goes on a daily basis in non-war situations in the Middle East. You got to be kidding me. But you know what? It's one reason I consider the United States is probably going to go down, because it's halfway suicidal. People in this country are too much against this country, and they have no brains whatsoever what goes on with other countries. And that's just how it is.